Greetings! My name is Jaimee Jensen McDaniel, and I teach at the University of Central Arkansas in the United States. I must confess that I may or may not be on this call as I am currently 9 months pregnant and likely to go into labor at any time, but I've included my email on the poster if you have any questions or if you would just like to chat. When I accepted this position, I knew I wanted to approach the assignment in the same way that I approach a community music project, which is embracing equity and engagement. Music appreciation is in the core curriculum here. As such, the student population within the course usually consists of non-music majors. Some of these students come from musical backgrounds, while others have never held an instrument until being handed a drum. This doesn't seem like a radical idea to me, but if we want to create a true appreciation of the art form, we should let the students create the art. For those of us who perform, we already know how magical the creation of music can be and how powerful the art form is, so why not allow students to create and experience it firsthand? It takes just a quick Google search to find that many university students view general education or core curriculum classes to be pointless. For those of us who have also sat in these classes, we can feel their frustration. Many of these classes are stale, lecture style, where very little information is actually retained. It is difficult for students to relate to or engage with material that they cannot identify with. This should also be a call for us to decolonize our classrooms and introduce a more diverse canon of composers into these courses. While students are consumers of music, and a discussion on the first day of class points out all the ways that music impacts their lives, making them musicians, even for a day, engages them in a way that nothing else can. This isn't a revolutionary idea. After all, their chemistry general education class has a lab component that is hands-on, so why should we not adopt this for the arts and humanities as well? The second day of class, I invited a local community music facilitator to come and do drum circles with my students. I chose this medium for a few reasons. The participant gets quick satisfaction by being able to hit something and immediately they've made music. This was a way of incorporating a non-Western tradition into a class full of almost exclusively Western traditions. And unlike choirs or junk bands in which the process may take weeks and may also be dependent on at least some innate musical ability, we could achieve a product jam within a 50-minute class period. And I've included a short workshop outline on our poster. The following class day, we had a discussion about the drum circle and the field of community music as a whole. One student remarked, "It's good to take a break every now and then and let stress go, and I think a drum circle was a good way to do that." Another commented that they didn't feel pressured to make something that was perfect, and that helped them to feel safe. Several students agreed with this assessment. It can be difficult to get students to engage and be active listeners. By having them make the music themselves and therefore employ active learning, they are much more invested. Some students directly commented on this. I liked that there was an interactive part of this class. It helped me learn that different African instruments, and it gave me a better understanding of what African music sounds like. With my small background in music, it makes class easier to follow and understand. Before the drum circle, I asked them for some one-word responses of what their general mood was, and received responses such as stressed, tired, unmotivated, exhausted, and bored. I then asked them to describe their mood after the circle, and the responses I received were energized, comfortable, relaxed, happy, calm, entertained, welcomed, and relieved. It was also met with a chorus of, "Can we do this again? Can we do this around finals?" So we had another one to close our semester just before their final exams. A colleague of mine commented, "Well, maybe they're just wanting a drum circle to get out of a lecture," to which I responded, "So what? As long as they are learning, why shouldn't the medium of information delivery be fun and interactive, aka like a community music project? After all, is this not how students learn best?" For those who attend community music workshops, they wish to be worked with rather than be worked on. The same applies to students within the classroom. If community music is cultural democracy, then everyone has a vote that is equal to that of their neighbor. Everyone feels their part is important and valued, and the culture is inclusive. It listens, respects, and acts on individual voices that make up the community. By implementing community music principles within the music appreciation classroom, we foster a greater appreciation of the art form by giving students a stake within a safe space in the art form.